Monets, how are you? It's Tia, aka Everyday Monet, and I'm here using some new products. The rest of my face is actually in another video, which I'll link right here. Hopefully it's published because they're going to be separate videos. In today's video, I'm going to be testing out new products, which I'll go over in a minute. But the biggest thing about this video is it's just like sort of the foundation. I'm going to be fully exposed, actually more ways than one. I'm going to show you how I get my foundation, and I'm also going to talk a little bit about my alopecia, and this is a very difficult topic, and I'm going to talk to you about how and why I do the brows the way that I do. We're going to do something a little bit different with the brows so that they look a little bit more natural. And I'm also going to show you how I conceal some of the hair loss I have around my face, and talk a little bit about my struggle with alopecia. So that's what we're going to do in this video. But we're also going to do some fun stuff, and we're going to be testing out some new products, and I hope you're gonna like it. Okay, so I brought you in close, and you can see this is like my complete face, no makeup. I'm like super scared to do this, but we're gonna do this because today I want to talk about some of the things that I do as far as my foundation, covering these disgusting dark circles, and also what I do because I have alopecia, just filling in some of the spots that are a little bit missing, and even for people who don't have alopecia, like some people just have thin hair, and so I want to show you what I do to fill in some of those spots. Okay, so let's start with prepping our face. So I'm going to start with this Point Perk that I got, Step 1 Skin Equalizer Smoothing Primer. I am using some different face products, so I'm going to have a total video on that. I have some discoloration, and I'm using some face products. I actually do see some fading, so when I know more for sure of like how these products work, I'm going to do a whole video on them. I'm going to use this LA Girl Pro Conceal color corrector, and the important thing about color corrector is just to put it where you need the correction, so not just fully on the under eye. So I'm just going to go ahead, and I use it because it has like this brush tip. I actually use it to outline the dark spots and then just fill it in. You can see it's different on each eye, and it's not going too far because we're not concealing, we're correcting the color, and then we will do what we need to do over top of that. So I'm going to go ahead and take first a dry sponge from Real Techniques and sponge this out. So again, color correcting isn't the same as concealing, so I do want to spread the product out a bit, but I actually want it to cover and correct the color, so I don't want to sheer it out like I would if it was a concealer. I want to try this new drugstore foundation, Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation, and it's getting a lot of hype, so I wanted to try it out. And because it has a lot of hype, the stores don't have a lot of the colors, so I actually got 120 Classic Ivory and then 312 Golden. This is definitely too dark for me, I can tell you right that. Obviously this is too light, so I'm going to try and mix them up. I got a new Eco Tools Total Perfecting Blender, best with liquid and cream foundations for an airbrush base, which is foundation. And I got this from Ross for $3.49. These were the ones that were out for the holidays, and so now they're cheaper at Ross because the holiday's over. But I like that they're gray. I wet the sponge. It got pretty big. I've never used an Eco Tools sponge. It's got this like bigger flat side and then a smaller flat side for detailing. So I'm just going to go ahead and like mix this up with my finger a little bit, just like this. And then I'll go in. Oh yeah, I think that's a way better color. So you can see the color. So we're just going to blend this right in. Alright, well I definitely think, I mean the coverage isn't bad. I think it needs to, it's like a little bit buildable coverage because there's like, I put stuff here and like there's a whole section. So and I'm going to stamp it or stipple it over top the color corrector. So I'm going to blend all of that in. And this time I'm actually going to use a dampened, this is from Real Techniques. And I'm going to actually start from the bottom. Start from the bottom now here. Start from the bottom now. Anyway. So I think if you can tell, I feel like it definitely helped the circles. I am really trying to sleep better. What I'm doing is like buffing the edges of this foundation and buffing where I have wrinkles, which I never had before, but whatever. I mean, I'm gonna be 41, but still I'm just kind of buffing this in with this Sonia Kashuk brush. To set my face, I'm going to use my tried and true Peach Perfect powder. I'm going to use my Peach Perfect powder. And I already have a little bit in here, so I'm just going to swirl this around in here. And I'm just going to use that to set the actual foundation. And then we're going to go ahead and do some bronzing. I got this, like the Aqua Cheek things and bronzer, okay, from e.l.f. And I got this in a Awesome Makeup Finds haul. This one is in Bronzed Violet. And, I mean, it's like this weird creamy type situation. It's like almost wet to the touch. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brush from Urban Studio. It's actually a contouring brush. So anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about in this Get Ready With Me is why, the fact that I almost always pre-film and why. If you're like wanting to start a channel and you feel like you don't have time or you're not sure or what have you, I'm concentrating the color up higher on my cheek because when I buff it, I'll buff it down. I'm going to try this new concealer from Milani. This is the Retouch and Erase Concealer. Conceals dark circles. They always say that, but it's like, you don't have my dark circles, dude. And this is in 02 Light because I do want it to actually be lighter. And it reminds me a lot of my Maybelline concealer. I almost exclusively pre-film because I am a single mom. I do work full-time. And, you know, I think that if there's anyone out there that's ever struggled with ADHD, especially adult ADHD, and you're super creative, it can be a challenge to just like, oh, I'm gonna film on Saturdays and that's when I film. And like sometimes I'm not into it on Saturday or something comes up or what have you. And I know a lot of YouTubers, like they film and edit and post in the same day. That's just not happening. Or even the next day. Like that's happened once on my channel. And it's just not realistic, and I feel like for people who are really wanting to do this, it's like I want to hopefully show you that you don't have to, you know, be getting up at 4 in the morning or, you know, filming late at night all the time. Like if something cool comes up and you can make it work, great. If not, then don't. This does come into effect with this whole, the fact that I'm on a low no buy, and you're still seeing these awesome Makeup Find videos and discount videos coming up, but they aren't all, like some of this stuff actually was bought a while ago, and not only are they to let you know like what I got, but also like, you know, hey, go ahead and go to your discount stores, and even if I uploaded right when I got it, everybody's TJ Maxx is different, everybody's Marshall has different stuff, like. So even if I said, hey, I just got this, you could go that same day and your Marshalls may not even have it. So it's more of like, hey, you can get these awesome things at these stores if you want to. That's my goal with those videos. This is definitely not the Maybelline. This is definitely light. I'm not hating it. If you didn't have super dark circles, you'd be good. But I'm gonna go ahead and bake, and then we'll see what happens. It didn't cover enough of my dark circles that then I would really like my Shape Tape or something, but it does stay light, and like sometimes I don't want to go all ham all the time. Bake under the eyes, and I am so loving this little Eco Tools. It's meant for contouring, but I feel like it bakes like a dream. And I'm gonna try this new Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder. It's supposedly similar to like the Laura Mercier powder, which I've never bought because I'm kind of like, I'm not spending that kind of money. I love my Coty Airspun powder. Like, it's legit $6 at Walmart. I'm not spending whatever, what's it, like 40 something dollars? No thanks. It's a loose powder. And you know, when I bake, I go ham on the bake. Now, this obviously from Too Faced isn't cheap. It's 30 something dollars. But I only use it to set my face. I don't bake with it. Because with bake, there's a lot that you like, you know, it's just falling around. So this one is in 10 Fair Light. And I do want it it's under my eye, so I want it to be lighter. I don't know how I feel about this packaging in terms of for baking. So I knocked it into the lid, and there's like all these crevices. Like, usually that's what you do. I don't like that. So I put what I knocked in back in here. And what I do to bake is just, I'm just going to really like roll this. I dampened this. Roll this in. And look how nicely that just puts that bake right where you want it. I'm loving this thing. If you see this, get it. I'm telling you, if you like to bake. Next, brows. Public service announcement. I have been using the Benefit Gimme Brow. It actually was recalled, and it wasn't recalled in such a way that a lot of people knew about it, but I watch a lot of YouTube, so I knew that. And they never sort of said why it was recalled, and now I found out today from Jen Loves Reviews. If you don't watch her and subscribe to her, you have to subscribe to her. She does great reviews, but she does like this sort of like, she does a daily makeup minute, and then she does like, it's like a beauty news show. It's really awesome. But she was saying, you know, and she had said in her videos like that she definitely was holding on to hers because we weren't sure like why it was recalled, so she held on to hers, and I love their product, so I held on to mine. Well, now they found that the reason it was recalled was because there was an antibiotic resistant bacteria found there. And I was like, and throwing it away. I'll link her channel up here, and specifically that video, so that you can watch that. But with me, with the alopecia, my sparse brows and all this, I really liked it, and I only recently started using it. I usually use the Wonder Brow, but the Wonder Brow is like, I love it, and it lasts, and it's actually a wonderful product. But it's like hardcore. And it's like, yes, I have fake brows. What I liked about the Gimme Brows is it had like fibers in order to make your own brows bigger, and so then it just looked more natural. So I picked up this Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. I feel like I've used this in the past, and I don't know if it just went bad because I didn't do my brows that way or what, but I don't have it. And it is in medium brown, and it's a similar product to the Gimme Brows, so I'm going to try it and see what happens. It's so strange. I don't know if you can see this. This is brand new. Let me do this again. You can actually see like little fibers. So that stuff you see on there is like actual little fibers. So weird. All right, let's see what happens. So what you do is you sort of just brush this into where you already have brows. I mean, I can definitely see a difference. See, you can totally see a difference. I hope this works just like that Benefit one. I was so sad. I love that Benefit one. Oh. Sometimes I think, like, who thinks of this? Like, let's just put fibers in this brow product, and then it'll adhere and make more brows. That's so crazy. And I mean, it's definitely setting down. So far, I'm not hating it. This little brow brush. I mean, it's stuff, I can feel it thicken. So I'm brushing it through so it's not like a crunchy mess. I mean, that's like night and day, I think. What do you think? Let me go in with the NYX micro brow pencil in ash brown. So we're gonna go in and finish the brows. So I'm liking how this is looking. And in order to make this a little more natural and not as harsh as I normally do, I'm going to try and use this. I got this a while ago at like Ross or TJ Maxx or Marshalls or something. And this is the Brow Know-How Amazing Arch. This is one of the books of beauty from Pixie by Petra. I always want to use them, but it's like I cannot spend the prices for them regular price. It just, I can't. It's like you're at Target. Like there's no way I'm spending some of those prices. And some of the stuff looks really cute, but I'm like these brow books are like 15 to 20 bucks, and it's like 15, 20 bucks. You can get an Anastasia pencil for that. Oh, calm down. Royal and Langnickel brush. Why do I feel like they make Moda brushes too? They do! So this is a Moda brush that I just got, and it says Royal and Langnickel. And this is a brush that I got in like a BoxyCharm when I used to get them, which I love this brush. Same thing, look how I'm putting it together. I don't often use a lot of brow powder, so trying new stuff. And I'm actually just using sort of like a stamping technique. Ooh, that looks nice. What do you think? I mean, what have you been missing, Tia? Okay, I really think that looks nice. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Knock it off. All right. Okay, Petrie by Pexie. Okay, Pixie by Petra. I'm actually going to set my brows with this Ready Set Brow from Benefit. This is my holy grail. Holy grail. Okay, so the brows are done. Okay, so that's what I have for you for this video. And I think the foundation looks nice. The color is slightly off. I'm gonna have to do some more mixing. I actually feel like if I got one a little lighter than this, it would work like in between these two. So I'll keep you updated on that. I know this looks crazy, but I am gonna be doing more videos, and so I'm not doing the eyes yet because I'm gonna do that in another video just so that the videos aren't super long. Right, so the last thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take this brow book and we're gonna actually fill in my hairs. And this is something like I never thought I would reveal this because I've struggled with alopecia for quite a while. I'm gonna take this round brush, and what I actually do is I pull back all the hair and I'm gonna clip it. And what I'm gonna do is fill in some of these areas that where I have a little bit of hair loss. Oh my gosh, I'm tearing up. Like, this is a little bit difficult for me to share. I've been dealing with alopecia for a really long time. I go to extreme efforts to not let anybody know that I have it. I've gone through many different treatments to the point of getting steroid shots in my scalp, B3 injections in my rump roast. I've done all that, and at this point I'm kind of like just trying something different. So one of the things I'm trying is I actually put coconut oil in my hair, like cooking coconut oil. I set the jar in the shower, and then when I'm done and I've gotten most of the dampness out, I actually put coconut oil in my hair and just goop it in there, and then I let it set, air dry, and then I go through and straight iron it or flat iron it, and I feel like it almost seals that goodness in. So this is something I am trying. I'll let you know how it's been working. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of those little, people call them paddle brushes, I call them toothbrush brush, and I'm going to go in with this shade here, and I just load it up on the brush. And then what I'm going to do is, so I brush actually up into the hair and just add a little bit to the hairline. Most of the hairs right on your hairline would be slightly lighter if they were natural. So I actually go a little bit lighter with the powder. And I brush these baby hairs down. It's kind of similar to what we do with the brows. And you can see a total difference. So if you look at this side to this side, you can see the difference. And this will stay in my hair all day, so I use the baby hairs as a guide so that I'm not creating sort of like a really weird looking hairline. And this is the section that's really sort of like missing. So I'm going to go a little bit darker just because I want it to look a little fuller. Alright, so then I'm going to let my hair down. And then usually I go, like if I was going to put a part in my hair, now these bangs are ridiculous, I'm just telling you that. So if I was going to put a part in my hair, just work that color right in the hairline. We always have a little bit of like a natural color or a natural scalp at the part, so I don't feel like you have to go ham. Oh my gosh, so much better. So much better. See, now people can't even see. Okay, so that's what I have for this video because I'm going to be doing other videos. Thanks for watching, and you know, me sort of sharing something super personal, which is the alopecia. I know so many people struggle with this for different health reasons. I'm not going to go into the reason why I have alopecia, but at least not yet. But, you know, that's why I do so much to my brows, and I just wanted to show you kind of how I, you know, cover up my hairline a little bit. And thank you for watching. This is going to come off for other videos, so check them out. And thank you for being one of my Monets, and I'll see you next time.